My objective today is pretty simple. I want to convince you that Machu Picchu is a place worth visiting. My secondary objective is less simple. I'm going to try to convince you that it's worth going there the difficult way. In my case, the Salkantay Trek. About a year and a half ago, my wife and I were feeling pretty stressed. Work was piling up for her, I was working and interviewing for a new job, and then I got an email from work, a corporate discount to go to Costa Rica. Oh man, that sounds heavenly. Costa Rica, hang out on the beach, maybe go see the rainforest, even get to hug a sloth. Yes, that's what I want to do. Lauren and I talked about it. A few days went by and she came back and said, what if instead we go to Machu Picchu? I thought, yeah, that sounds great. A few more days go by, she starts researching it, and then she comes back and said, what if we hike to Machu Picchu? Even better. So our relaxing beach vacation had changed a little bit, but that's okay. For this trip, we were going to have guides. They were going to carry most of our stuff, they were going to set up the tents at the end of the day, and even cook us meals. Practically no work at all. Except for that whole hiking part. Day one, we would start at 12,500 feet, go up to 15,000 feet to have lunch, come back down to 12,000 feet to camp. Day two would just be downhill. We would start at 12,000 feet and end up at 7,000. And days 3 and 4 kind of went up and down a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. So again, we had our guides, it shouldn't be too much work, but one wrinkle, we were coming from Houston, Texas. Clear Lake, where I lived and worked, had an elevation of 20 feet. 20 feet to 12,500 feet did present a little bit of a problem. Thankfully, there is acclimatizing. This is a word that means hang out in Cusco and just take in the sights, relax. This particular picture was taken while we were having lunch. This square was full of people, kids coming home from school, all in their uniforms, looked so nice. Lots of people, even these tourist trap ladies. They wore traditional outfits and they carried these baby llamas. So predictable, just, you know, who would want to do that kind of thing? I later learned that this is probably actually a baby sheep because they're lighter weight and dumb tourists don't know the difference. Look at this little hat, it's so fun. We did get to see llamas. I would like to think that Lauren's happiest day of her life was our wedding day, but in reality, it was when we visited a llama farm. She was in heaven, and this looks like a very strange prom photo kind of thing going on here. But enough of that. Let's get to the hike. Day one, remember, starting at 12,500 feet and climbing up to 15,000 feet. It was cloudy, and the clouds would obscure the mountains, and then they would show up a little bit, just like in this picture. Looking up, I realized if I was truly crazy, I could try to ascend one of these peaks of the Andes. But I'm not that nuts. But every time I would look up, it was a different view. I would see maybe just a smidgen of the mountains or nothing at all. I didn't know how much longer I had to go uphill because I could only see 50 feet in front of me. Thankfully, the next day, I made it even better. Waking up, we got to see the peaks of the Andes around us. The night before, everything was obscured, so that morning, it was like being treated to this beautiful view of so many mountain peaks. The fellow campers and I got up, got ready for the day, had a nice, lovely prepared breakfast, and then we headed out. As the day went on, we went from dressed in all layers to shedding clothes slowly as we descended into this tropical rainforest. Over the course of the hike, on days 2, 3, and 4, we walked past a lot of different homes. These were in such remote locations, it was humbling to think about how these people lived. Imagine something going wrong. Someone gets really sick. Where's the doctor? Where's the grocery store? Where's anything? You had to hike, you had to work hard for everything. It was impressive, and I loved all the little farm animals that we would see every time we stopped. Another favorite animal were all the dogs that we saw on the trip. This particular dog hung out over my shoulder as we got to hear about a coffee farm that we stopped at day 3. I like this guy in particular because he looks like a wise little muppet. Finally, we made it. Machu Picchu. That day we arrived before sunrise, and as the sun came up, it made the clouds all disappear. But until then, Sometimes the city was presented before us, and sometimes it was nothing, just a gray screen. As the day wore on and we got to see it more and more, it was awe-inspiring. And people not only lived here, but would make that same trek we did with animals and people and sacrifices along the way. And once again, we have one of my little llama buddies. I don't know if you can see him, hopefully you can in the foreground. There were a couple baby llamas there that were running around in an area tourists couldn't get to, and it was amazing to watch them run around. It couldn't feel more magical and mystical to be out there. So I highly recommend seeing Machu Picchu. It's an amazing place. And it's even better if you take the hard way. All that hard work really pays off when you finally reach your goal. But if anyone here is going to Costa Rica and they're going to hang out with some sloths, let me know. I'm still interested.